Welcome to On The Bit. I'm Dave from Dream Thoroughbreds, and with me is Lenny from Bluegrass Bloodstock. How are you, Lenny?
Great, Dave.
Good weekend last weekend. You tipped Taraki to win the Epsom.
It was good, yeah.
And nearly got the Quinella with McIntosh. You just got pipped for second, and the value bet got up again. The quarterback, $6.50 for a Newmarket winner. So all punters should have plenty of money for this week, which is a huge day of racing. Caulfield Guineas Day. 4 big Group 1s on the card. Doesn't really get much better than this, mate.
It's huge.
So we'll get stuck in. We're at 4 Group 1s. So the first Group 1 is the $1 million Caulfield Guineas over 1,600 metres for 3-year-olds at set weights. And yeah, this is a great race, mate. So who do you like in Caulfield Guineas?
Even bunch, I reckon, Dave. I didn't see a heap of speed in it. I thought Gay's horse might lead in evacuation. Kieran McAvoy's a great judge of pace, so on a leader, so I'd definitely throw it into multiples. I think J-Mac will get impending across and get some cover handy. The form around the Stern, Oh My Sword, Start Turn, I think it's the best in the country for the 3-year-olds. And impending's been highly competitive with these horses at the 12 and 1400. I think the Mile of the Guineas suits him even better, and I think he's the horse to beat, so on the bit impending.
Well, no matter what way I look at this race, all I see is Sacred Elixir getting a beautiful run here. 3 pairs back, 1 off the fence. He won the prelude first up when his trainer Tony Pike thought he would need the run. I think that run would have just brought him on for this. He can only improve in fitness. He's won a Group 1 mile race in the winter. He looks like he'll relish the 1600 and meets the Melbourne rivals better on weights from what he did in the prelude. Damien Lane keeps the ride. I just think he'll prove the superior miler in the field. $7 with the corporates. I thought it was unbelievable odds in this field. I thought he was a special for mine. His danger is impending. I'm a little bit worried that J-Mac might actually get caught 3 wide in the run here, and I think if he does, he'd have to be a superstar to beat him, and I'm not sure he's quite that. He's quite a superstar. It's definitely a good horse. I think he's better than Divine Prophet. I'm not convinced Divine Prophet will actually run out the mile, but I'm not convinced he can sit wide and beat Sacred Elixir. The other one I thought was value in the race was Hey Doc. His form's been devalued a little bit because he's been beating up on slightly weaker opposition at Moonee Valley in his last 2 runs, but he sat wide in both of those runs. He showed good acceleration to put a gap on him at the 200. I think a turn of foot is important, and although he drew barrier 13, I actually thought he would push forward and may even get out, one back. And if he gets there without spending much petrol, I think he can run a cheeky race and put a length or 2 on him at the top of the straight. He might actually prove hard to run down. He was $11 fixed, and you might even get $15 on the day, so I would throw him into your exotics as well. But love the Caulfield Guineas as a race, mate. It's one of the highlights of the spring.
Definitely is.
The other another Group 1 is the $500,000 1,000 Guineas for 3-year-old fillies over 1,600 metres, and looks a wide open race to me, mate.
It does, Dave. I'm going to go for your brother's horse again.
Good, you tipped the last night.
Yeah, I thought she was dominant in Melbourne. I know they went slow, but I thought it wasn't ideal. Whispering Brook, she folded at the top of the straight and didn't really take her into the race.
No.
And she was sort of left a sitting duck and was strong. I think the mile will suit her a lot better. I think Gay's horse, where are we?
Global Glamour.
Global Glamour, that's the one, Dave. I think it will take her right into the race, and she will kick strong, and so she'll give her something to chase, and obviously the mile I think will suit her, so that will help her. I thought Miss Rock was very unlucky. She was finding dead ends all the way down the straight. She looked quite good in the yard, and I think she will run a big race as well. But Legolas Verve at about the $19 each way, that's where I'll be going.
Absolutely, plenty of verve if that gets up. There was only a couple of lengths separating all these fillies in the 1,000 Guineas prelude a few weeks ago. It was hard to make ground that day. A couple of the fillies I think will take a lot of improvement stepping up to the 1,600. I just think you have to put Fox Play on top. She's just coming off 2 outstanding wins against Sydney fillies and has looked dominant against them. Huge Bowman is on, looks to get a good run in transit, 3 pairs back with cover, looks to get all the favours. Chris Waller decided to miss the Flight Stakes with her last week and preferred to target this race. She's $2.80, quite skinny, but I think she may be just too classy for her rivals, so she's on the bit. Outside of Foxplay, I thought there was some great value in the race though. Miss Rock, as you mentioned, flashing light on her in the prelude, gave all her rivals weight that day, flopped out to last in the run. They did run slower time, as you said, they went a bit slow in that race, so it did make it hard for the back markers, but she's a big frame daughter of Fastnet Rock. If she gets to the outside and gives herself plenty of room in the straight, she could be powering home, and she has got the class to win this. Especially if she gets an uninterrupted run in the straight. She opened up $12 fixed, then looks great each way value. She's capable of knocking off Foxplay, I thought. The other filly I thought had a nice chance in this was Sebring Dream. Tipped it last out in the prelude. It just wasn't the right day for her. The track didn't suit those ones coming out wide. She was in the worst section of the track. Craig Williams rode her that day. Jockey changed to Michael Walker, which is a good change for her. He's a bit more aggressive. She's crying out for the 1600 metres. She may even be the Oaks winner for mine later on. And they've got the blinkers on. I think it's going to be an important gear change for her. She's $36. I think she's probably the best outsider for the day. And she could knock them off in a big upset. So I'd go, you know, you've got to go in your exotics and throw a few in. And obviously it's a very tough race, but that's the way I see it for the top three. Group 1, Toorak handicap over 1600 metres. Lenny is the next race, worth $500,000.
Yeah, Dave, I don't really like taking horses off setbacks going into Group 1s. But I'm going to do that here, and I'm going to go with Tosin Stardom.
Yep.
I thought he was an absolute moral beat at Moonee Valley. Anyone could have seen that. I think he's an absolute class horse. And there's a big change here, and the jockey Craig Williams goes on. I think that's going to make a huge difference. He'll get back, but I think he'll be too strong. There's $650 on offer about this horse, and he is a genuine Group 1 horse. So yeah, on the bit with him.
I think there's an absolute moral in this race, and it's exactly Tosin Stardom. There's only one class horse in this race, and that's Tosin Stardom. There's a moral beaten in that Moonee Valley race. That was 5 weeks ago. They were actually taking him up to run against Winks in the George Main in Sydney. He just took some skin off his on the float on the way up. I'm not worried that he hasn't had a run for 5 weeks. I just think that means he gets under the radar of all of his riders and rivals and starts at better odds. He is a serious horse, and he's Cox Plate standard, so I expect him to handle this lot. He's drawn wide. I reckon that suits him because he's a big striding horse. Needs galloping room. Craig Williams knows how to ride these Japanese horses. I just see him storming down the middle of the track here to win. Yeah, $6, $6.50. I just think he put as much on. Pays the next month's mortgage and everything else. Tuition for the kids, everything. Okay, and the last Group 1 is the 600,000 metre Caulfield track gallop. And who do you like in the track gallop, mate?
Oh, David, well, you got to probably discount he or she. You know, David Hayes reckons it's a chance, but it is a match race. But I think you got to take Wings for what she is, and you know, Hauraki winning last week, winning the Epsom. She had him well and truly covered. You know, Blackheart Bart, yes, he's been doing the job down here. Palantino went up to Sydney and failed. I still think he's a very good horse, but I think Winks is in a different level, and I just think, as Hugh Bowman's saying, that there's no traffic. There's 3 horses, so no one to get in front of her.
Yeah, I can't believe there's 3 runners in a Group 1 race. There's $27,000 on offer for 4th place. Surely Escardo has a better chance of running, you know, they think he's better chance of running 30. He gets 3rd for the Cranbourne Cup on Sunday for $27,000. Could have run here 4th, got $27,000. I think he or she is actually, they've said, it's a $55,000 track gallop. That's what she's going around in. Anyway, Blackheart Bart leads with Bowman smoking a pipe on Winks behind. They go about even pace for the first 1,000. Click up from the 800. Winks will prove superior, and it will be fantastic Cox Plate in 2 weeks' time when she fronts up against Hartnell. Yeah, it's an exhibition gallop, so you only need to really watch it. All I just say is it's a leg of the big 6, so it's really only effectively a big 5. So. Bit of a shame, but at least we get to see the mighty Winks go around before the Cox Plate.
Exactly.
Stable news, Lenny. Lots going on.
We've obviously got a big day Saturday. Dream Thoroughbreds got Columbia, which is the the selection from the Magic Million sale, and he's a pretty exciting little 2-year-old. He seems to do everything right. Yeah, no, it's great to see him. Bluegrass had a 2-year-old run last Saturday in the first 2-year-old race in Adelaide. He ran a nice 4th. He probably wants a bit further, and he did a good job. And Malaguera resumes in the Scalacci, so a pretty deep field, but expecting him to run pretty well. So exciting day.
It is a big day actually, with Legless Verve as well. Columbia debuts on Saturday in the listed debutante stakes over 1,000 metres. He's trialled twice leading into this and coped exceptionally well in the prep. He's a big, strong, athletic colt, and he's got a great temperament for a colt. We watched him twice now in parades or before the trials, and he doesn't have no muscle or hair. He won't be able to match the speedsters early in this race. They might be a little bit nippy for him around Caulfield, but I expect him to be very strong over the last 200. Stranger things have happened in a 2-year-old race, and especially when it's filled with first starters.
Hopefully they do Saturday.
Yeah, that's true. But he's pulled up well after the trial, and he's 100% going into this race, so we're pretty excited. Down to 10 runners, so I think he'll at least finish in the first half. And Mr. Sneaky goes around at Geelong in a benchmark 64 over 1,100 metres on Friday. 2-horse race, I think, between him and Swiss Kiss. He's $2.70, so you're taking $2.70 about both of them. I don't know, I'm not sure yet. I'd love to see him again, 1,100, love to see him step up, but he's going to be mighty hard to beat because he's going to be on the pace. And he loves that synthetic track, so hopefully we can get off to a good weekend start on Friday. Best on breeding league.
Best on breeding, going to Morphettville.
Yep.
Race 7, So You Think filly called Smart As You Think, Johnny McArdle. Lovely filly she is. She was a $260,000 purchase from the Magic Million sale in 2015. Obviously the sire needs no introduction. He was a champion, and he's made an immediate start at stud. We're pretty lucky to secure a So You Think colt, so exciting to have him. He's a 3/4 brother to Mr. Sneaky, and this filly, she hails from an international family who really get over ground. She's bred to be an Oaks filly, so the 1800 on Saturday is going to be right up her alley.
Sounds like it. Value pairs have been pretty hot on these last couple of weeks. Had 2 good winners. Going for another one, Caulfield Race 5, number 10, Ravi. This is a mare by Redute's Choice, starting to build an impressive record. She was first up in a Group 3 last start, and she just got beat. She's been going through the grades impressively through the winter. She comes to Caulfield in a very competitive race on Saturday. In a race I'm expecting to be a lot of pressure up front. This will set it up for Ravi, who likes to get back and sprint home. She's got an explosive finish. Drawing out wide will probably help her. She'll be in the clear, and she knows how to lengthen in the straight. Karen McAvoy is a calm jockey who's ridden her in all of her wins and understands what kind of a finish she's got. So because she's got the outside gate, she's out to $6 fixed. I probably think you may even get a little bit better on race day. I'm going to have a good launch at Ravi. She's on the bit for mine. On the bit special, Lenny.
Yep, on the bit, Dave. We'll just find it. Is Caulfield Race 4, Badawaya. Really nice filly. I really like her. She's third up here. Massive drop in class. She ran in the Rupert Clark last start. Hit the line really hard. Only beaten 2.5 lengths.
Yeah.
She's back to listed grade, and she's on the minimum. The only drawback is she's drawn barrier 1, so she's going to need a little bit of luck, but she's got a lot more class than these horses in here, I think. I think the services of Froggy, he'll be able to angle her out, and he's a pretty aggressive rider, and she'll be hitting the line and winning, so Badawaya.
She must be fairly good odds too, isn't she?
Yeah, I think she's about 450. Yes.
Nice one. Yeah, I'm on the bit with Caulfield Race 3, number 10, In the Vanguard. Exciting 3-year-old filly by Costa del Lago. She's trialled like a bomb 2 weeks ago and looks an outstanding type to me. She's drawn barrier 1. She'll push her up on the rails. She doesn't have to lead. She can park in behind the speed. But when she gets out, I reckon she'll space them. I think this race is full of fillies that just like to take it in turns and for a win. And I expect her to be the real deal. I just reckon get in the queue and smash this one. It's $4.60, unbelievable odds on the bit special. Off the bit, Lenny. Who are we laying this week, mate, on a big day of racing?
The 3-year-old in Malaguera's race, race 10, Star Turn. Been smashed, $2.90. I think the best won a Group 3. Did run astern to a close margin, but coming to Melbourne, Group 2, weight for age, taking on some seasoned older horses and Group 1 winners at that. I've watched its tapes. Extreme Choice obviously did it the other week, but it was well beaten by Extreme Choice when it was down here. It might have improved, but I still don't think it's up to his grade, and it's going to come from a wide gate. It's going to have to absorb pressure. I think, yeah, if it wins, it wins, but at $2.90, I'd be leaving it out.
I agree with you, mate. I'm off the bit with Star Turn as well. I just thought, I think he's a good colt, but he's up against, as you say, some very seasoned horses on Saturday. You know, really strong addition of the Scalacci. This is probably one of the strongest Scalaccis I've seen for a while. He's got a little bit of a fitness edge because some of them are first up, but they'll make it very hard for him on Saturday. Drawn barrier 8, plenty of pace inside him. So I don't know if they're going to try and endeavour to get across with him, but that might cause him some problems. I'm not sure Craig Williams is the right jockey for him on Saturday to do this job. I think it's a lead-up run for the Coolmore on Flemington on Derby Day. He's at, as you say, 2 runs at Caulfield in the autumn. He was beaten twice, albeit, you know, they were strong races in the autumn. I just thought he was hard to back. I had him down to $2.60, I think he was. So I just thought he was very short.
Extreme Choice coming out and winning last week and doing that, I think it's sort of probably brought him in a point or two.
Probably, yeah. So he was off the bit for mine. I don't want to take short odds about that. Yeah, super day of racing. Exciting for Dream and Bluegrass with horses. Day 4 is running through the program. So we'll be out there. Hopefully see you all there. Good luck.
Cheers, guys.